Hey,
Right.
Dave, have I ever met you before in person?
I don't believe we've ever met, sir. No, I don't think I've met either one of you before.
I don't think so.
Okay, so answer me something, because I started to hear your name like a year or two ago, and it was mostly disco that would tell me. How did you start, or where do you, like, were you a fan that decided to do a radio show? I don't know anything. I'm sure some fans don't. So if you could just kind of introduce yourself.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I've worked for Sirius XM now for 20 years. And
Wow.
as I was saying earlier, I worked on the NFL channel, but I always pitched a wrestling show because, I'm a huge wrestling fan. And they picked it up 15 years ago. Busted Open, actually, in April will be 15 years it's been on the air. So it started 1 hour a week to 1 hour 2 times a week to 3 times a week to 2 hours a day to 3 hours a day. And now we're live 7 days a week on Sirius XM.
So who do you have on your banner right now?
Right now I have Bully,
Right.
Tommy.
Fire the first two.
Yeah, Mark Henry.
Right.
Thunder Rosa, Mickey James, and we just hired Nick Nemeth.
I was going to say we have an alumni in common because Larry Dallas was a K100 contributor for a little while, and he was on Busted Open back in the day, right?
Larry was, Larry. I fought hard to get Larry on the air,
right?
Yeah,
because nobody knew who Larry was, but Larry was like he would come in to fill in from time to time,
right?
And we gave him, I think it was a 1-year deal, so he was on 2 days a week for a while.
Mm-hmm. This is your show, right?
I mean, I created the show.
You're the creator, right? Cool.
Yeah, it's a Sirius XM show, but it's a show that I pitched and created. Yeah.
So you work on this show every single day, and like one day it's with Mickey Aldis, Mickey James. The other days with Thunder Rosa, like that. Okay.
Yeah, it's like rotation. So Mondays it's Bully and Mark. It's me. I'm on 5 days a week. I'm not on Saturday and Sunday. We have different people doing Saturdays and Sundays, but Monday it's me, Bully and Mark. Tuesday it's me and Bully. Wednesday it's me, Bully and Tommy. Thursdays it's me and Tommy. Friday it's me, Thunder, and Nick Nemeth. And then Mickey James was on for a while, but her schedule got crazy, so she's kind of a contributor. Go ahead,
Connie.
Just to complete it, who does the shows on Saturday and Sunday?
On Saturday, it's Denise Salcedo and Mark or Tommy. And then on Sunday, it's Justin LaBar and Jonathan Hood, who's ESPN host in Chicago.
Justin LaBar he's a Wrestle Zone guy that used to do Nash, show with Nash. But bro, what? Do you know what's fast? I just thought of this. It's been a lot of years he's saying people got into the podcasting business. Like we're kind of like survivors. Like Justin LaBar's been around for a while. Like you've been around for a while. So some you're kind of like an OG in this.
Yeah, I mean, and the way I approach it is completely different because for me, I'm not a wrestling journalist,
right?
Like I'm not.
Neither are the ones that say they are.
I'm not an insider. I'm a talk show host that is a fan of wrestling.
Right.
So I don't try. I always believe because you guys were the one. You guys are the performers. You guys are the ones that step in the ring. You guys put your bodies on the line for this industry. I never did that. So I feel there's a line that I don't cross. There's certain vocabulary I won't use on the show because it's not my place to do so. As much as I've been doing the show for 15 years, I'm still
very respectful of that.
I don't feel like I'm inside that bubble. I'm outside that bubble, and I'm fine with that. I don't want to be inside the bubble. So,
good point. But I want to bring it. So, what's your perspective, third party objective perspective, if you're looking from outside looking in, and looking at kind of like the I don't want to call it tribalism, but the polar
polarization.
The polarization of how kind of like the dirt sheet, the dirt sheet community treats the people like us, like me and Konnan, the ones that have been in it and then done it. And there's we're not the nicest of them, but there's a level of disrespect that has gone to the point that is very combative between these two like they call us the old heads and the journalists. When you see that, what's your take on that?
I'll use an example, and I'll actually use you as the example, because when The Rock first went on Pat McAfee, I made a big stink on the show that I was like, man, like some of the things he said, God, I wish he didn't say it this way, because WrestleMania 39 was so big and drew so much money. I felt like he was kind of inserting himself into something that had already been started. And and somebody tweeted about it, and you kind of said, this is the worst take ever, referring to my take.
Right.
And people
it was just a soundbite. It was just a soundbite. I didn't hear your own. We come in a soundbite. Right.
It's fine. They're like, people are like, are you going to go back at him? I go, why? What's wrong with him having an opinion? That's somebody's opinion. Like, what's wrong with having an opinion or a different opinion about something? I'd rather sit down and speak to you both that may have a different opinion than me, because maybe I might look at it in a different way, or I might learn something, or maybe I might have a different take. Why would I want to have a conversation with somebody that has the exact same take as me? Right. Like, that's great that you have the same take as me, but that we're agreeing on a take about pro wrestling.
Yeah, that's funny, Dave. That's funny. Sorry to cut you off. That's funny because me and Disco think the same way. We like to be challenged, because I've never learned anything from anybody that agreed with everything I had to say. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Did you, Dave, when you saw the Disco response to that clip, was that the first you heard of K100, or had you listened for a little while?
No. I'm a fan of K100. I know everything you guys been saying about it.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of the show. Like, I listen. One thing that I have tried to do is I try to listen to everybody. Because I can learn more, and I just love to hear wrestling talk. I'm a fan of wrestling, so I like to hear different perspectives. And so I'm always listening. Plus, I always support. Mm-hmm. I mentioned you guys. I actually mentioned both of you like a week ago on the show. I think somebody mentioned it. I said, yeah, listen, I'm a big fan. Like, I try to support our community, because I feel like the better one does, the better everybody else is going to do as well. So I believe we should support each other. We may not agree on everything. That's fine. But we all want to see the business succeed and the business get better. And I feel like people don't understand the difference of being critical and constructive criticism. Like, I feel like you're giving constructive criticism. You're not looking for the downfall of pro wrestling or the downfall of a company. You're giving constructive criticism so that things can get better.
Yo, what's up? I just want to thank you guys for watching this clip. Don't forget to hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And join our YouTube membership for hours and hours of exclusive, unedited, uncensored content. And being a member will help you get involved in our upcoming live streams. Thank you for your support. Thank you for riding with us. I know you got a lot of other podcast choices, be it wrestling or other ones. And thank you for picking us. Boom.